How are we doing, Skywatchers? Sorry about last night. We have got another clear sky, so we are looking out for UFO, UAP, all that stuff there flying around in the night sky here, live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. Lots of strange things in these skies over the years, and tonight should be no exception. So do settle in and help us look out for those weird and wonderful things. Now that blue, that is the last of the daylight from the sun, and this lens picks up a hell of a lot of daylight, so even though it's dark to my eye here, there's a little bit more coming through, and hopefully, well, hopefully definitely, it's how the sun works. That's going to go around the back of the planet, and we're going to see more and more things in the night sky there. More stars, more moving objects. It's going to be amazing there. O2D, how are you doing? Tic-Tex-In and Carl, how are you doing, guys? Thank you for the gifts. Who have we got over on the tubes? Emilio, how are you doing there? And XM, there ain't a Skywatch, we can always go out there and watch for ourselves. Exactly. How are you doing, XM? And the more eyes on the skies, the better. Gaza too, good to see you. Yeah, that is, I was thinking about this earlier, and I just didn't pay attention to the night sky. Now, growing up in Essex, much more light polluted, there's less of it that you see. But I just didn't ever look up, really. Even the night, there's nothing else to see. There's a nice
zoom mode activated.
Clear one here, look at that. Let's follow that one across the screen there as it makes its journey. Remember, we need to see it stop dead, shoot for speed to change its course or trajectory. But yeah, I just didn't really pay much attention there. Carl as well, coming in with gifts. Thank you, sir. All goes back into the stream. We're all good. I'm all good. It's been a challenging weekend. Never restful, but I'm glad we are back on tonight and that the sky is clear. Gaza is in. Told you there, XM. Exactly. Liberty, how are you doing there? Glad to hear that, XM. How is everybody doing? Teza 2, where are you joining us from? Good to see you. So guys, say hello as you're joining us. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight there. But do tell us when you spot the strange and anomalous in the night sky, because that is what we're here for tonight there. We need to see those strange moving objects. I'm going to require you guys to follow them across the screen, even if they are moving in a very boring, straight, consistent sort of way. Keep your eyes on it. It only takes that last minute change of course or trajectory that tells us for sure that there is something a little bit stranger going on indeed, and we do see it there. Again, it's not going to be every object we see, but that's when we pay attention, and there should be some there. I think we've actually had a couple of quiet nights, so they don't tend to last too long, so maybe tonight will be the night we get some really interesting ones there as well. Carl coming in with the extra gifts, thank you for those, sir. So it all goes back into the stream, help us improve what we do. So we're currently at the minute saving up to get the show on the road, do a live Skywatch like this from well, oh my god, Rendlesham Forest, words, there we go, where in the 80s there was the crash / landing just outside the US Air Force Base there. We want to do a live Skywatch from all of the hotspots and the important locations to us here in the community. That's what we're doing there. The moon's going to rise late there, so it should be a good night to watch the sky. XM, I'd love it. The moon is a tricky one. It is beautiful. I love looking at the moon, and guys, every now and again when I can be bothered and the moon is up, we do look at the moon. We've seen some strange things around there too. They're always fun. But the moon is a strange one that, you know, if we want to do a Skywatch and the moon's up there, that light reflecting off the moon there really does our night vision in. So, as XM says there, if the moon is not going to be up until late, then that means less light pollution for us. So when that blue goes here, we're going to have a lovely, deep, dark night sky there with lots of weird and wonderful things for us to spot. I've already had a little bit of movement. We're going to have to keep playing the game where I change the settings, because as it gets dark, I need to set the brightnesses settings up on the camera there, so we have a chance to see what is moving on up there. Al watching from Shropshire there, and hope we get some action tonight. Teza, 100%. I do feel like we're owed it. I think the last few streams there, no, tell a lie, we did have on the last Skywatch, I think it was Friday, wasn't it? We did have something interesting there, but it wasn't slam dunk. It has, got to admit, it's been a while since we've had one of the slam dunks. So we've got the criteria, haven't we, up there? So when we're seeing that anomalous movement, stopping dead, shooting off at speed, change of course or trajectory, there's nothing explainable that can, you know, explain away those movement behaviours there. And it's been a while since we've seen something like that. There's a middle section there where, although, you know, in theory, man-made objects can present in rare occasions like that, you know, it still kind of sits a bit wrong. This makes us think that there's something else going on. It's just not as clear. We cannot say 100%. But yeah, there should be some tonight. I think I'm feeling good for it there. Indigo, how are you doing there? Oh, just watched Disclosure for the second time. I still don't know what that film is about there. Is that what the Spielberg one? I enjoyed it more than I thought there, but I don't think it's going to be one of the ones that we go back and watch, you know, year after year. I don't think it's going to be anything like, you know, seminal, like Close Encounters or anything there. What I took from that was that, you know, we're ready. And I think that's the point he was trying to make there. You know, we hear a lot of questions, don't we, about, oh, society, religion would collapse and all that sort of jazz. And I think that's what he was aiming at, that actually, you know, we've all been kind of living with this idea for a while. And in fact, before the modern era, before, you know, the 60s and 70s there, you know, it was actually belief that you know, life was in our solar system. Mars and Venus were, you know, had their own, you know, Earth-like civilizations there. We hadn't had the probes to check on the surface. We thought we were receiving messages from Mars, and we thought we could see the canals on the surface there. So it's kind of a commonly held belief, yeah, that life was actually there in the solar system. And but religion held fine for that. It's just a modern day sort of fallacy, I think. So I think we're already there. It must be in England if it's got the word Shire in. Basically, XM. Basically, this part of the world is where old Tolkien, you know, based his hobbits on. You know, the Middle Englanders of the Shires there, not wanting to leave their cushy comfort of the countryside there. How are we doing, Paul? Good to see you in there. Just been watching some 50s sci-fi movies. We did The Day the Earth Stood Still for one of our recent movie clubs. It was really awesome to see that one. Actually, you know, again, it's the attitudes that I find really interesting, the similarities and the differences between, you know, what their assumption of the phenomena was and all of that sort of stuff there. And thank you for gifting a membership, very much appreciated there, Paul. And Know Thyself, you got that one. Do thank Paul for that one. But you'll be able to join us on our next deep dive, which will be this coming Friday, so not long for that. What are we looking at on that deep dive? It should say on the text that pops up on screen. It should tell us what our next deep dive is. No, it's just not giving us that. That's Movie Club. That's popped up on that one. Where is our deep dive? I want to know what it is that we're doing. It's not that one, Sam. Is it this one? No. Oh well, it'll come up in a minute and we'll figure out what we're doing. So if you do want to join us for that one, guys, and you're not already a member, link in bio there, gives you a month free on the old Patreon. Ben, how are you doing? Good to see you, sir. Guys, do say hello as you're joining us. Tonight we are doing our live UFO, UAP Skywatch there. We are coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. Lots of weird things in these skies. So it being so clear tonight, I expect we're going to have lots of activity. There we go, look at some movement.
Zoom mode activated.
Again, this looks at the minute just like a standard satellite, man-made satellite up there. There's about 15,000 of them, so statistically we're going to see mostly those tonight. Follow it as it goes across the screen, because if it stops dead, shoots off at speed, changes course or trajectory, then we know for sure that it isn't that, and it's something a little bit stranger. It is, isn't it, XM there? How are we doing, Stu? Good to see ya. So yeah, this is what we're doing. I said we're coming to you live from Crop Circle country, as we say, but also we are coming to you from Warminster, which is a little town in the middle of the Wiltshire countryside here. So not too far from Stonehenge, right on the edge of the military training ranges. And it's a very interesting little place. Back in the 60s to the 70s there were consistent UFO sightings. A few of you may remember, if you're old enough, the Warminster thing being a thing, and I hadn't heard of it until moving here, but I've been going through all of the books on the matter there, talking to the locals, and my God, it was a thing. It was a really, really interesting UFO flap, and I have no idea why we don't talk about it more, why it isn't more widely known here in the UK, because honestly, it is... just noticed something weird about my socks. It is a phenomenal account. Again, it wasn't just one or two little sightings that happened in this little town. It was consistent sightings. Hundreds of people saw, and multiple people saw the same events, like on multiple occasions. You know, people would see it from different sides of town. So lots of corroboration there as well. Lots of strange things going on in the night sky, and some of the conclusions that they made as well are very similar to what we're talking about today. Not all of it. Now, you know, there is divergence there. Again, people of that time and the media that they had access to, the theories, you know, the science there, the latest thinking, obviously isn't going to be the same as today. So those conclusions are always going to be a little bit different, but very, very interesting. In fact, one thing that I thought this town didn't have was a crash. I thought it had absolutely everything else went on in the 60s and 70s, but it didn't have a crash. I was wrong. Going through all the reports there was a big potential crash. Now, they argue about the specific location of it there, but there was a large explosion, all sorts of other things. So this is a very, very interesting place. Again, it's part of the reason why we're doing it from here, and we tell where we're coming from, is because, you know, this is a little bit of a hot spot. But, you know, going into the details, it does seem to be even more active than I first thought there. How are we doing over there? Oi, thank you for the gifts. Very kind of you there. All goes back into the streamer there. Just having a cheeky sage in the garden watching the stream. Ben, I wish I was out there. That is the one thing I wish I could do on stream. But then again, then this room would just be like a haze of smoke there. And thank you for the likes, guys. It is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, all that jazz that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. The more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. Clay, A3, there is a flash. Good spotting, right. Okay, A3 is this one, I think. Yep, this is A3. Right, we want to look. So flashes are interesting. Now, man-made satellites can appear to flash to us there. So if we are seeing a flash that is coming from the same part of the sky next to the stars, so somewhere around here, good spotting, we want to see that thing flash again from roughly the same location, because everything should be moving, should be in motion up there. If something is staying still long enough to flash back to us over the course of the stream. We've seen this before. It's one of the most common anomalies that we have seen is the stationary flashing. And you know, there's been times where it was the same part of sky at the same sort of times of night, the whole stream, once every 2 minutes or once every 17 seconds, depends, we would get this flash. And that is very, very strange indeed, because the only things that should be stationary up there are the geostationary satellites, which aren't in this part of the sky. So it's quite odd. How are we doing, Kate? Good to see you. How's your weekend going? So that can be very strange. Just keep an eye. We're looking out for a flash. I've got one eye on it there. We're looking to see if that one repeats. Oh, and last night we had a chat in here where you're missing, and we discussed Raf was crap and was better, yeah. And I was better there. And we had 20 of us having our own stream. I love it there, Libby. Sorry about that one. So we had to cancel the stream last night. Last minute, because it got cloudy and then the SETI stuff was playing up and I threw a little bit of a sulk, so I thought, so I'm just going to work on something else tonight. But then it auto scheduled on YouTube and it shouldn't have done, and I didn't realise till later, so sorry if you guys were hanging around for that one. It doesn't normally happen, but the system auto scheduled it, the bloody thing. A rogue mod. That's what they're for, being rogue, keeps you on your toes. Where are we? Down here as well. No, we're all up there. Kate is in. Good to see that. Lozzie, how are you doing? It was hilarious. Well, I'm glad you still had fun hanging out in the anticipation there. I did feel a bit guilty, because I only noticed like at 11. I was like, what the fuck is that posted? Bollocks. I wonder how long you guys were waiting in there for that one. There we go. Let's turn up the brightness a touch. Look, more stars are coming out. So the sun is moving further around, and that means there's less light, which means more of those fainter stars are starting to poke through in the background. Look, we're going to see some faint objects there as well. Mode activated. Got one moving right here. Again, ooh. Slow and steady, quite faint there, but again, it is still quite light out still, but that should go in the next 10-15 minutes, something like that. But keep your eyes on it. Remember, stopping dead, shooting off at speed, changing course or trajectory tells us that it is not one of the many man-made objects flying around up there. Can we spot anything else? This bright red one here, that is a duff pixel, same as this little red one here on the camera there, so don't worry about those. But the rest of it is interesting and is the wonderful night sky. We had a great stream, probably a better one. Where are we doing it? And how long was it running for? I think it was running for about an hour. Yeah, because it came up on my TV and I'm like, what the fuck? That shouldn't be on. Oh, there we go. Look, another blue one here. Mode activated. Is this what we're saying is Starlink lately? Due to their solar panels, they give us a little bit of a blue coloration. Can I just jump down here a little bit? Follow it along. Still looks pretty cool to see. The differences in the objects that we see, it's quite a range. At least an hour. Yeah, it's about the 11, wasn't it, that I realised. How you doing, Living Light? Last night we had a chat party. I've been hearing all about it. Sorry for that. I thought I had cancelled it all, and it, turned out. But you guys had fun. Probably more fun there. How are we doing, Gandalf? There, back from a 2-week sojourn in Norway there, no skywatches, as we were in the Arctic Circle there. Strange to have no light. That would mess me up there. I don't think I could sleep at all. How was it? But that sounds absolutely fantastic there, Gandalf. And definitely missed you. I was thinking about you the other day. I've been reading The Warminster Mystery, the first book there, and talking about the barn and things like that you were talking about previously. So yeah, no skywatches, but can you imagine that when during those 6 months you could do permanent skywatches? Maybe that's where we need to get a telescope based, so we can always just come on and do a skywatch, whatever, as well. There, how are we doing, Adele? Good to see you. We're all good. And Ben, sorry I missed that one.
Nom nom nom. Thanks.
Thank you for feeding Alan there. All the gifts, the subs, the patrons, the members, all that jazz does go back into the streamer there currently. So trying to get the show on the road to Rendlesham Forest, so we can do a live Skywatch on location there. I have asked Pete if he's available this week, so we'll have to see if it is, if we can do another on location. So make sure, TikTokers, that you are also following us on the tubes, because if it's like last time, it'll have to be a tubes only one. There, got some movement down here. Keep following that one across. Right, it only needs to hesitate. Another faint one there. Change its direction. That tells us for sure it is something a little bit stranger. I bet they did Liberty. If only. They've got more money in the sense, if that's the case. All my shoulder books are signed by the excellent. Now, I see. I've read another book. I can't remember what it was called. It's more of a newer release, but it included some of his works previously, so a bit later on. But I hadn't actually read the original, and I literally just finished it now. And I was obviously already very interested in what was going on here, but I just didn't realise exactly how much, how many good accounts were recorded from multiple sources, or multiple observations. Where the fuck did I put my... left my drink somewhere else, I have to go get that one. Yeah, how many different sightings of different shapes, but multiple sources for them all. Really, really interesting. I've got to say, I do think this is, the best flap that we have had in the UK. Nice one coming in down there as well. Will there be gnomes? I'm sure there'll be some form of gnomes there. How you doing, Urbex Yorkshire? Good to see you. How's your weekend been? Let's keep an eye on this one. In fact, let's zoom in on this one.
Mode activated.
I'm going to have to go get my bottle of drink because I'm getting dry mouth already. Surprise. Remember, keep your eyes on it as I zoom off. Right back in a second. I think I only left next door, he says. Alan, don't jump on, don't trust you. There we go. Right. Sorry, guys. Oh, always forget to bring a drink up for this one. There. We've been arguing with a flat earther. We all need a hobby. We all need a hobby. Oh, this is a nice one.
Zoom mode activated.
Don't tell me you lost, though, Urbex. Nice and steady. Look at the difference, how faint that one is versus that one. Now, is it that this one is closer and therefore more of that surface area to reflect that light back to us here? Or is it just a more reflective surface? Oh, that's a bright one, just going in that top corner there. Nearly missed that one, a totally faint one coming in down there. Look, the skies are getting more active now. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can crunch up the brightness a touch more. Don't want to go too much. We don't want to start losing it. No, it's a little bit too high. Let's go back down there. So yeah, as the sun goes round, that blue is going to go. The last of that daylight is going to disappear. We're going to see more of those stars, and then we're going to be able to see more and more of those objects flying around up there. And hopefully one of them is going to be doing something a little bit strange indeed. Definitely didn't lose. Did you convince them? Though. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for the strange ones. Look, we're getting more and more stars popping out now. But if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatcher. Right. Oh, that was a faint one. It just flared up. Yes, UFO Skywatch from right in the heart of Crop Circle country here in Wiltshire in the UK, and just down the road from Stonehenge. Lots of strange people, lots of, well, there's probably a lot of strange people as well, but lots of strange things have been witnessed here, like a hell of a lot. And it might be that the town itself that we are based has some sort of attraction for them. Now, I'm not really looked into the ley line things. I've heard some interesting things either which way about it, but if that is your cup of tea, I think there is multiple convergences of ley lines across this town where we are, which might be one of the reasons why we do get so much activity here. That's a nice clear one coming in there. Didn't have time, match you there. Got to come in. That's why you need multiple accounts there, Urbex. Got to take it seriously. And I know people lie about a lot of things there, but they have no gain about lying about the shape of the shape of the ear, the shape of the earth. Yeah, no, I mean, this is, I don't think it's a case of people lying. I think it's a question of how far back because well, look, we distrust the mainstream, we distrust authority, hence we're here now. If we didn't, we would go, there's nothing up there, and there's plenty of people like that. I think the flat earth side of things, there is a biblical angle to this as well, but the other part of it, I think, is just like a full-on collapse of trust in any part of it, which way, shape or form. personally, I'm not smart enough to do any of the measurements myself to confirm it. But even then, you are relying on other people's theories and whatnot there. Got a nice one here.
Zoom mode activated.
Is it going to do something strange for us tonight? Hopefully is the answer. We've got to keep our eyes on them, and hopefully they'll do something strange. Another one just over there. Lots and lots of man-made satellites flying around up there tonight, guys. So we have to follow them all, because it only takes that last minute hesitation, change of course or trajectory, that tells us for sure that they are a little bit stranger indeed. And we do get to see some strange things, but it is a hunt. Not all of them are going to be strange. That's probably a good thing there. 15,000 or so man-made satellites flying around up there. If there was more anomalies, we should probably be worried. It's watching something on the... What's that, Urbex? It's cut off there. Let's know. Oh, on the moon the other day. Done a right turn. Oh, I've seen some interesting... images. I mean, I think it's telescope footage of the moon, and then they're seeing something come in between, you know, looking lots like a UFO. I mean, I have heard good arguments that that is the right sort of focal length there to catch satellites and things like that, so we can't write a lot of those off. But that movement, that right angle turn, brilliant. That is something, you know, satellites can't do right angle turns and things like that, so that is very, very interesting. There, Castor, how are you doing? There is Stoma. How are you doing? And how... Where? Oh no, I've missed a few here. Sorry, guys. And good evening, Marcus. How the devil are you there? And how the F do people still believe in a flat Earth? I mean, each to their own. Each to their own. We're the flat Earthers to the normies, to the mainstream. So that's why I like to be a bit more forgiving to it there. And don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you for that one, guys. The likes do help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And more that happens, the more people jump in. The more people means the more personal experiences that get shared. That is my favourite bit, hearing from you all individually about what you've all experienced. And that is the one thing that has changed my understanding, my opinions on what might be going on the absolute most. There, just how much is going on blows my mind. Have got any more movement? Oh, yeah, there's a nice one coming through there. Keep your eyes on it. There's a lot going on the screen tonight. Love it, Castor there. And Emma, thank you for the shares. Very, very much appreciated there. Said it does help us reach you all. It's how we make new friends like yourself there. Clay, oh, a 2 to 1. The flash. Oh, so okay, it's gone from 3 to 2 to 1. But that's a very slow if it's taking that time to go all the way up there. That can still be very anomalous, Clay. I haven't seen it myself, but I've got my eye on it. I think I must have blinked, but keep an eye. Can anybody else spot it? There's a flash going from A2 to A1 up there. Some more movement over here. Down there. Again, follow them across the screen. It is that last minute hesitation, the stopping dead, the zigzagging, anything like that gives us a slam dunk that it is not a man-made satellite. So keep your eyes on them. That is our job. We've got to follow them across the screen, and hopefully we're going to observe and be able to zoom in on some interesting ones there as well. How are you doing, Peter, there? And Rich is in too. Good to see ya. I need another drink. It's getting surprisingly warm in here. If you are joining us, guys, we're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch. Coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. So lots of strange things in these skies over the years, and it's going to be fantastically clear tonight. This is what we're already getting. As it finishes off getting dark, look at how many stars are coming out there. So it's going to be a good one. Keep your eyes for all of that movement. It's hard to follow them all, but that's when the gold happens there. Let's zoom in on this one.
Zoom mode activated.
It is big, it is bright, it is fast. Beautiful, look at that coming in. Again, we just don't know if that is one of the many, many man-made satellites up there, or if that is something a little bit stranger. They're both going to look exactly the same to us. And even when we're tracking them, you know, with various platforms that tell you what everything is going here, there, and everywhere, it's quite hard to line up as well, because we don't have the altitude perspective there. And a lot of the satellites we just still can't see. You know, they might be moving across, we can't see. So we might see one that is labelled and then go, oh, that's that one. But really, the labelled one is too dark to see, and maybe there's something more anomalous there. We just can only say for sure when it displays that strange movement there. First flash was between 2307 and 2309. Thank you for that one, Clay. Hold on, can I write that down? Actually, I've said it now. I'll be able to hear that on the playback. I'll check that one out. It's a little bit easier when you're scrubbing through, but then you can still sometimes just miss those momentary ones. Got any more movement? Still got a bit of faint movement down there, but look at some of the colours coming out tonight. Vega doesn't look as purple as it normally does, which is weird. Normally it looks a little bit more purple. It looks a bit washed out tonight, doesn't it? Still big, bright and beautiful. Should we zoom in on it?
Activated.
26 light years from us here on Earth there. That star burning much hotter, much brighter than our sun. Won't last as long, we don't think. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice bright one.
Zoom mode activated.
There we go. Look at that. Compared to some of the others, we're going to have one coming in from the top in a second. That's going to be a little bit fainter. Oh, there, there's one. Look at the comparison there between this one and that one. Again, is that distance? Is this one further away? So less light is reaching us, or is it a smaller object? It's hard to tell. The light that we're seeing that represents these objects is, if you think of your car headlights, you know, when you're driving down a country road late at night and oncoming traffic, it's got those big bright fucking xenon headlights that just blinds the hell out of you. Now the light that you're seeing, the big circle of light, is wider, isn't it, than the physical shape of the car there. So it's not necessarily representative, although it can be reflected, you know, can be representative in some sense, more reflectivity, more size, all of that jazz. But it doesn't mean that these things are actually that size. It's just the reflection of them up there. Oh, there's a faint one coming in down there as well. This is probably going to be the area, the further up, it's going to probably be fainter like that one. So it's definitely worth keeping your eyes on them. Loving that one, Mark. How are you doing there? And Earth goes round, and we go round, and the sun that goes round the galaxy. And do you see the round pattern? Exactly. The moon round the Earth round the sun round our galaxy. Now, our galaxy's in some form of orbits there. That's theorized, but also heavily contested. You know, apparently there's no direct evidence for that. But would we actually be able to tell? They have done some tests, haven't they? With I think it's with the cosmic microwave background, and because there is no red or blue shifting to that, they don't think that it is. But if everything else is in a fucking orbit, why wouldn't galaxies themselves to some degree there? And Amanda, how are you doing? Guys, do say hello as you're joining us tonight there. Let us know where you're watching from. Ask away any questions you might have there. Evening, Mark. Yeah, no silly questions as well. Maybe you're curious about what it is we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, anything like that. Maybe it's something you've seen in the news or a personal experience or something strange. We'd love to hear about that one as well. And Gandalf, the flashes are usually an iridium flare, which is a brief, brilliant flash of light in the night sky caused by the passing communication satellites. And we're running out of those. Apparently a lot of them have deorbited. But yeah, you're right. We can get these big, bright, singular flashes. But what we've seen, which is really interesting, is we've seen flashes like that, Gandalf, but from the same spot, like over the course, and we've played the recordings back. This is what's really interesting, is we've played the recordings back and it barely moves, if it moves at all. We might get a flash once every 17 seconds, once every 2 minutes. Like last year, we'd go on like 2 or 3 days and it would be in the exact same part of the sky and then disappear for a couple of months, come back another part of the sky, but it would be stationary for the whole time we're watching it. And the only things that should be stationary up there relative to us, the geostationary satellites, wasn't in that part of the sky. So it was very, very strange that it was giving these flashes, and would see it multiple nights in a row. Not necessarily very sexy, but it is still increasingly anomalous. But you do get very big bright spikes, don't you, from the old iridium satellites there. They were a weird design. I think they were like pyramidal. Is that a word? Anyway, multiple triangles together, that sort of jazz. And because of that, they would rotate and they would give these big bright flashes and stuff there. Oh, Indianapolis. I do like that one, Mark. I think you're first in from that way. And Amanda there, good, just watched the footy. Is that still going on? How you doing, Raf? We're in tonight. I heard you did a fantastic job modding yesterday in our absence. And Peter there, what's Holton Arps Atlas of Peculiar Galaxies looks like. Not all galaxies follow the same redshift rule. Very interesting. I hadn't heard that one as well. So, I mean, this is the thing. We're basing our understanding of these things on our best knowledge, isn't it? And it's like, so we can compare and measure things to what we expect it to be. But if we're wrong in those initial expectations, then we're going to get wrong data. And there's quite a few things that have been, I think, thrown out recently because of that. So do say hello, guys. Make sure you're following and subscribed as well, because we do this pretty much every night. If it's a clear sky, We do this UFO UAP Skywatch right in the heart of crop circle country. If it's a cloudy night, we do this. We do an alien radio signal hunt there, and we are searching the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial, where scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that's where they'd put the message. Or if the moon's up, I'm going to be bothered. We've not done one in a while. We do that. We do our moon watch there. We see all sorts of strange things. So hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live. There's another one there, Clay. I've got it on the screen right next to us here, and I cannot. But it only takes a blink, doesn't it? There was one time where you guys were telling me, there's a flash, and I was staring at it, and it would be literally every time I blinked. It took us about half an hour before I got to see it there. But it's still in A2, so that's very, very slow movement. That is the same object there. It's crazy how 30 minutes can change the night sky. It really is. If you play these back at like 2x speed, 3x speed, you see all the stars moving slowly, but you don't notice it, do you, in real time? It's very close to A3, so it's not moved a lot. If it was initially in A3 and then moved up to 2/1, that is very, very interesting. Much slower than you would expect. Oh, you did there, Raf. Was the best mod job ever. Shame we weren't even on. Well, I'm sure it was. Your medal's in the mail. Don't worry, Raf. You still get the brownie points. Oh, that's a faint one coming across the top there. Is that in view for you guys? Or is that just out of... No, it is in view. Very interesting. And what happened last night? So we had to cancel it because the clouds had rolled in. And I was like, okay, we'll do a SETI stream. And then the SETI stuff didn't work. So I'm like, sod it, we'll cancel it. And I'll just work on some of the stuff in the background. And then it auto-scheduled for you guys on YouTube anyway. And yeah, it took about an hour before I realised it had done that one. So sorry about that one, guys. It was that's why you need to be on the Discord as well, so you get those notifications. But it doesn't normally happen. And it shouldn't happen again. I have tweaked it. But apparently you all had 10 times the amount of fun anyway, even though we weren't live. And Stuart there. It's Ben here. They're using my dad's tubes again there. Fancy a change in the platform today there. You've got to mix it up a little bit there, Ben. I like that. It's... let us know what the ads are like for you guys as well, because I've tried changing some other settings. I don't think it's going to do anything, because I think YouTube put them in automatically, but we are on our lowest setting for ads, so you've got to let us know how that one is going. Somebody the other day said it was putting them in like every 5 bloody minutes, which is ridiculous. It's there. And Mark said, please rock the funds up. We do appreciate that one, Mark. And guys, it is those likes, the shares, especially for YouTube, the one at the top of the video, the normal like one. That really does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena that they are going to share. Again, we've had some very cool ones in lately that honestly are just blown my mind. We'll recount some of them in a bit, there. The Discord one. So the way, as far as I understand, Discord works, you need to click on the link. So in our descriptions and our bios there should be the link to the Discord, and that is an invite. So if you've got Discord and you just press the link, it should take you straight to our channels, like join you to it there. Where are we there? Oh, Raph. Dark Horse. Oh, C3, good spot in there. Loving the interactive grid. Who's quick on that one tonight? I appreciate that, guys. There we've got one down. Should we zoom in on it?
Zoom mode activated.
Just catch it before it comes off of the screen. Very, very faint. Are we getting a wisp of cloud in? It starts to look a little bit less clear than it did earlier. It's hard to tell sometimes. Maybe it's just the brightness is up too much. Let's just crank it down to there. Some more movement there. Where did we get to? Thank you for the timestamp there. And, oh yeah, flash in a 1B there at the top. Let's have a look. So this sort of area around here. Let's see if I can see that. We've got some movement, a very faint movement there. We've got any more? Oh, there's a coming in here. If I turn it up, though, it washes out the colour, but then we do get to see the edges a bit, but no, I don't like that. I'll turn that back down. But the blue's going, so it means, you know, we've got as many stars out as I think we're going to get tonight. Maybe a little bit more to go. Vega is still big and bright, but we've lost the colour tonight. That is very... I wonder what's going on with that. To have messed it around. Bloody camera's always having to sulk. With those ones... How are you doing, SK? Good to see you in. Lathang. Like that. And the aliens must be about there. The men in back are sending the cloud covers. We still need to tricate that cloud buster that you sent us that time. I think that's what we're missing. That would be on the winner there. Carl, it was you mastering the grid. Well, 10 points. Well done for that one. It's difficult, isn't it? Because there is a delay, a slight delay. Normally, you're thinking the next grid it's going to be, and that's normally where it does allow. But it is tricky. You did very well. You're listening, by the way, just a busy with a laundry and boring stuff. Okay, no rest at this hour on a Sunday. You've got all the manpower you need. You've got the ferals. Surely you should have your feet up there. 2B. Oh, yeah. More movement there. Keep up the good spotting, guys. If you are just joining us,
Zoom mode activated.
Our live UFO UAP watch here, hunt, I should say. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. Do help us spot the strange and anomalous. We're going to see lots of objects like this tonight flying around up there. Now, there are a lot of man-made objects up there that we have to filter out, and so we need to follow these along. We need to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory. That tells us for sure 100% that it is not one of the many, many man-made objects up there. But until it does that, we just cannot say either way what it is. But again, these sorts of things have been seen by people, even like what we're watching now, that we're going to say are probably man-made satellites. It's just a statistical argument today. It doesn't mean it definitely is. Again, people were seeing these objects moving, seeing this light being reflected back down to us, and things moving like this for well before man-made satellites were in orbit. So what were they? And are we still seeing them mixed in amongst all of our man-made stuff there? You spent the day reading, Kate. Was it one of your spicy books? I was reading today. I very rarely sit down and read, but I managed to finish a book today. And there, Tehran is Bin Laden UFO there. Someone was that one. Where did we get to? Norway are beating Brazil there. Well, very interesting. We're doing great. I'm glad to hear it, SK. Always good to chill in here. That's what it's about. A bit of chill music and watching the night sky do its thing. We've got to have bro. What? They're saying we got to have bro. Oh, we've got to have words. Oh, what about now? You gotta let us know. And lots of strange things up here. A little bit of healthy competition there. They beat Brazil. Get any more movement? I'm trying to decide, is this cloud cover or is it something else? Why is it not as nice and clear as it has been previously? It must be a faint bit of cloud up there that's just getting in the way ever so slightly. Drop us a message, Raf. So I goes on the shop to maybe purchase a... Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, it depends where you're getting it from. So the shop... The T-shirts are fine. The mugs, and I think the notebooks as well, I think they are only made in the US, so it's bloody ridiculous shipping. The T-shirts are UK, but yeah, and also it doesn't combine. So if you buy T-shirts and a mug, you have to pay 2 charges for the shipping because they're coming from different places. Sadly, it's the only way we can do it at the minute, which is print on demand. So it means we don't hold stock, otherwise we'd all post it from the same place and stuff. But yeah, it means some of the items are a little bit out of reach. Like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yeah, I did, sadly. Ironically, I also did, but get this one. That's not the worst one, Raf, right? We wanted to sell these postcards, these little UFO postcards. 95p is the purchase price. But again, because of the silly printing rules, I'm looking for ways around it. But at the minute, because silly printing and shipping things, it was £6 for shipping on a 95p product. So yeah, I'm still looking for a better way around it there. Sadly, Raf. Yeah, I don't know why mugs aren't hard. So I don't know why they have to be made in the US for those ones. Yeah, it's not a big game, but people have been asking for a long time. So thank you, SK. It's proportionally is there. What's that? It's the mothership making it look overcast. It may well be there. But it's a high quality mug, Raf. Approved by Alan. And exactly, SK, good calls. Gold flecks in them. Yeah, I mean, I've taken them out before they shipped to you, but initially they had gold flecks in them. Where is my mug? I think I'll put it downstairs now. But yeah, so the t-shirts are fine though. They're actually reasonable, and they come very, very quickly. But all goes back into stream, helps us get the show on the road to Rendlesham Forest. You want us to be there, Raf? You want to watch me scared in the forest, don't you? But yeah, there's lots of activity with the cloud cover. Again, going back to, just you could tell I've just read the book on what was going on here in the 60s and 70s. There was lots of weird cloud interactions, hiding behind clouds, appearing to look strange, and objects then coming out of them. So this cloud idea that there is an interaction, maybe they're using it as a sort of a screen, is it's one that's been going on the whole time. Oh, there's a flasher.
Zoom mode activated.
See if we can get this one here. There we go. Look at this one flashing in the screen. Hello, darling.
You just said that the t-shirts come really quickly.
Raph, you didn't pick up on that one. You missed it. Where's my fucking cursor gone? There it is. Right, zoom back. Oh my god, it's gone the wrong way. Sorry, guys. That zoom is just still not ideal. Where is it? But that was interesting. There it is. It's flashing away there. If that flashing, as it looks like it is, written over there, it looks like it's at a steady rate. What could be happening if the mainstream explanation is that, as you see, look, this object here, flash, no flash, flash, no flash. So it's rotating as it's moving like that. That would be the mainstream explanation for what it is. Satellites can do that, but if it's a modern one, it's basically broken because their sensors are meant to point one way. Satellites, if it's a communication satellite, that antenna is pointed down to the ground, so we can communicate with it. If it's rotating like that, that antenna is not pointing where it needs to be. So it's normally when they're at the end of their life that they do that. There's a nice big bright one coming in there as well. It was a mammoth one there. Sticks by Sherilyn Kenyon. It has spice, but it's a lot of old Greek and Atlantean myth. Oh, I like the Greek and Atlantean bit there. Leanne's got into those spicy books now, Kate. It's lost. I blame you as a bad influence. You're dressing it up with your Greek mythology there, but we know what it's about, really. Oh, car in C2, there's a blue dot that keeps changing colour. Just wondering if it's just me there in C2. That is here, I think, yeah. Is it one of these bad boys? Sometimes, because the light is coming from those distant stars travelling so far, that by the time it reaches our atmosphere, it really does interact, the last bit of strength it has with our atmosphere there, and it kind of fades it out a little bit sometimes. So sometimes we can stare at them and they just change colour right on screen. But let's have a look. Let's zoom. Is it going to do its thing? That's pretty consistent purple there. Look at that wobble on there. Faint one down there. Keep spotting, guys. That one. Keep an eye on it, colour. Let's have a look. See if anybody else can see it change colour. Don't encourage it, Kate. Where did we get to? Over on the tubes. Oh, the beverage, a better jump in my mouth. Oh, Alan guarantees it. But if you want to collect on that guarantee, Raf, you've got to find him. The diamond lip rest there. Hope there are no cows in Rendlesham. Well, apparently, Gandalf, when we said about doing this, everyone's like, yeah, don't go in like rutting season for the deers, because then you'll just get attacked by deer. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. I thought, our biggest risk here was getting abducted by aliens, not wildlife. It's a very different sort of stream. Man versus beast, with beast always winning. But at least it's funny, isn't it? Oh, you missed a double entendre, Raf. And I'm going to hide in the woods at Rendlesham and scare the shit out of you. Oh, it wouldn't take much at all. It really, really wouldn't. And part of me wants you to do it. We should collude and see if we can get Pete to be a believer. Bring your smoke machine and some disco lights. We've got the alien costume. Right, we'll see if we can convince him it's real. and Ben, there, we need to add the cows to the merch. I mean, cows are a natural fit, aren't they, with the phenomenon? Maybe that's what they were telling us. They were running to tell us that their mate Jerry had been abducted. A bit of cattle mutilation there, never goes amiss. I'm going to spin the camera around. Just wonder if that is a bit of cloud. No, maybe, yeah. I think there was a bit of cloud. There we go. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, that looks 10 times better, doesn't it, guys? I always get lazy and forget to turn it around there. We do need to add the cows to it. Drove to London yesterday to take the girls to see Harry Styles and Shania Twain. and then drove back 4 hours each way. Oh, not long. Woke up, so thought I'd join you before you watch England game at 1. That is a long old drive there. Oh, I hope they were, very grateful for your services there. Don't need to live this if I could get scared from a twig. Okay, right. I dispute that. No, that is actually quite true. So, Munzie, how are you doing there? You're trying to stay up for the dreaded football. You're 8 beers in, you're not so sure. I'm having flashbacks now of my younger days there. Well, we're with you in spirit, so Munzie. Oh, look, it's 3 in a row there. Or 3 in a row, look, in formation. Keep an eye on those ones. Oh, another 2 behind there. It's even a busier patch of sky tonight. Where did we get to? What's that? Mills and Boone. That's about as spicy as Kate gets. Raph. Showing your age there. Well, I don't even get that one, Raph. Oh, nice flash on D4. Sorry, man. I've spun it around now. But keep up the good spot in there. And I feel sorry for the person that turns them into audiobooks. Has to do the reading of those. Paul, what do you call a woman who can talk large distances? Antenna. Jeez, that's up there with Zen's joke. I like that. Indigo, yeah, we need cows added to the merch. Right, okay, you have spoken. We did... Oh, no, it wasn't a cow, though, was it? I did do a version of a shirt where Pete was getting abducted ass first into the UFO. Well, maybe we'll add a cow to that one. What's that? What's that? How's the shit tracker coming up? Oh! Fuck me. Let's follow that one around.
Zoom mode activated.
That was a nice bright flare, wasn't it? Again, that can happen, but that was really, really bright. Really, really bright. Clip that one. That caught me off guard. See if any more I do that one. The tracker is not coming on well. That's what I was trying to do last night. It is not having it. If I park my camper in the woods, put the hazards on and the flashlight, the torch, driving off in seconds. Yeah, you got to do that. Wrap it in tin foil so it's silvery. Bit of smoke there, Liberty. It will trick Pete into thinking it's real. The cow emoji. We can do a cow sticker. That should be easy enough there. And I'll be okay, so either way, first and foremost, you'll be remembered far longer than any footage result. I don't know if we will be. Other than the strange guy that sat in his room that was bright green every night. That was a bright one. Another in 2B. Good spot in there, SK as well. Like a glowing tic-tac. That was really, really bright. And another cool. So, again, that can happen. We've got to err on the side of, non-sensationalism if we can here. But that was really, really bright. Good use of the grid there as well. 10 points. So, again, imagine these objects are up there. And look, as it reaches its arc, the pinnacle of its arc there relative to us, it can flash up and then flash down like that. See, just whoosh like that. But that was really bright. That was really bright. So maybe that was anomalous there. I like that though. That was exciting. A3, good spotting as well. Oh, so finger the fuck out. What is this? Put your feet up and let's have a listen. Exactly there, Raph. Guys, do make sure that you are subscribed or following whatever it is wherever you are, because so we do this most nights there. If it's a clear sky, it's this. It's the UFO UAP Skywatch coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. If it's a cloudy night, we do this, the Alien Radio Signal Hunt, which is actually available all of the time without me obviously talking over it on our website if you do want to do your own hunting. They're listening out on the hydrogen line, where scientists theorise we are most likely to hear a message from ET should they be out there, or when the moon is up and I can be bothered. There we go. We do a moon watch, and we've seen some strange things indeed there as well. So yeah, hopefully you get those notifications when we go live there. Janie coming in with the gifts there, and Emma as well for those ones. Ben too. Thank you for those guys. All the gifts, the subs to members, all that jazz does go back into Scream. I do that as well. The stream there help us improve on what we're doing here. There's two down
Zoom
here.
mode activated.
Chasing each other down there. Remember, we need to see that anomalous movement. We need to see them stop dead, shoot off at speed, change their course or trajectory. That tells us for sure that they are something a little bit stranger indeed than those many man-made objects that are up there flying around. Think about 15,000 man-made satellites up there, so statistically that is going to be most of what we see, but that's why this is a hunt. We need to pay attention, we need to follow them across the screen, waiting for that last minute hesitation, and it does happen there. How are you doing, Janie, there? And how often do we get something there? No chance I'm staying up there. That's why we've got a hunt there, cool. That's why we've got a hunt. Where are you joining us from? So we tend to see something strange every stream, but there are degrees of strange. There's, you know, slam dunk, that is anomalous, mainly when the movement there, the strange movement, that gives us like the 100% wow. What is going on with this thing? Sorry, guys. Yeah, the strange movement. But then there's like a middle of the road area where technically, you know, man-made objects could behave in these sorts of ways, but after a while you get a feel for the objects on screen, and they're just a little bit stranger. They're interesting, but they don't quite give you the 100% mark, and they're much more common. So they're mostly see something like that per stream, and it's always different, and it always makes you question a little bit what's going on there. Kate says, Raf, that's my Nan's era. And R4, how you doing there? Very bright one there. Seen anything else strange? Not yet, not yet. That is the first one of the night, I think. We've seen some flashes, but again, nothing too much there. You joined at the perfect time. You're a good luck charm there, R4. And as it's Stephen there, here's a one for you there. Why don't a woman wear short skirts in winter? Oh, God, where's it coming? How you doing, Print Farm? Good to see you there. You done some sun shits today uploaded. Oh, some shots. Excellent. I'll have to take a look at those, Print Farm. Well done for getting and doing those straight away. I haven't done anything with the sun at all, and I do kind of want to. And Tony there, have you been to see any of the crop circles yet? Sadly, I haven't, so I am not allowed to drive anymore. I wasn't reckless, neurological condition, so I'm not allowed to. Damn, which is ironic. Never had any points on my license or any accidents. I just want to say that now. I was a very good driver, so I can't. So I have to rely on other people, and it hasn't lined up sadly yet. We did last year though. We got the first one of the season last year, which was the Sutton Venny one, the Celtic Knot. It's amazing to see. I watched it back later. It's a good. Hopefully, we'll release it as a standalone clip at some point. But you haven't been to see any of this year's ones, sadly, because they get chapped lips. Oh, freaking Stephen there. And Cool Skate Kid, how are you doing there? Thank you for the follow as well. Good to have you in. But yeah, we do see things. It's just, you know, again, it's a hunt. Sometimes we get lucky. Look how fucking red that one is.
Zoom mode activated.
Look at that one. This is a very busy part of the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look how red compared to all of the others. The red ones are interesting. People do say that it can be because of, like, you know, maybe it's that gold foil that they use on certain satellites reflecting the light, but that just seems to be such an intense red that it really, and that's one of those middle of the road ones. Like, you know, people can argue, you know, it's reflected light in that sort of way, but I don't know. They're rare, the red ones are that deep red, and it's also the colour of ionized plasma, which is exactly what we would expect to see with a lot of the reported UFO sightings. So it's interesting. That's going in the middle.
Anomalous object confirmed.
I should take the confirmed off that. It's not confirmed, but it's still, you know, it's still interesting there. Oh, you're night streaming on Wednesday, and the last night stream I found myself looking up at the sky whilst driving. I don't promote doing that. Too easy to get distracted. Whereabouts is that? What you're trying to catch land or take off? I only do it on purpose. Oh, get the bollocking from TikTok. Yeah, what if I read out what you're saying? Oh my God, it's back again. Okay, there we go. That's cool. That's got to be, because it was a similar patch of the sky, so it must be then that is that perfect arc causing that reflection there. But we do not see that every night. This is a very, very busy patch of sky. You're right there, Carl. It almost does the same path, yeah. I mean, something in orbit. It's something in orbit. Not sure how I feel, if that adds to the weirdness or otherwise. I do, yeah, Raf's ones. Raf has literally got me banned on TikTok a couple of times there because I read out his messages. I find them hilarious, but TikTok apparently doesn't. I think hate speech is what they labelled them as. And watch, subscribe, and smash the like button there. Thank you so much, very much appreciated. And we do, as I said, very much appreciate that because that is how we meet you all. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena that they are going to share. So one thing that has really, even more than the visual sightings we're getting, that's blown my mind about what could be going on here. Just how many sightings, the range of them, and how often. It is crazy. So if you're new here, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. I want to hear from you all. Got any questions? Ask away. No silly questions. But again, my favourite bit, if you have had an experience, even if you're not quite sure what it might be, feel free to share it there. Would love to hear about that one. And I've heard there's some flashing activity in the woods near Rendlesham. Who are? There will be. And oh god, it's jumping ahead. We call it dogging. It's better over your way, is it? Wait, the YouTube, I think the layout is better over there. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking hell, this is a much busier patch of sky, isn't it? Look how alive that is. I think I could actually go downstairs and turn the brightness up on the camera to get a little bit more out of it. Look at the colours that we're getting now over some of these. Look at the reds on those. It's almost as red as the dead pixel red. Absolutely stunning. Let's be honest. Think you're a cat, be banned in 10. Yeah. And 100%. That was the bright. Again, what was it? This is the question. Now, it does. The fact that it's happened twice probably leans into that. It's just that perfect position relative to us and where the sun is right now. That those, whatever it is, as they cross that line at that distance, they're getting that reflection back at the peak there. Oh, typhoons! Like that would be quite a cool one. But it dimmed out. It's straight. It's worth keeping an eye on it. Fingers brighter than my future. Feeling that one. How are we doing, friend, as well? I managed to stay awake there. Well, hopefully, as it gets it's starting to get darker earlier, maybe we're going to be on more of a reasonable time for everyone there. Just off to Morrison's on the moon there. Anyone want any shopping done? Paul, I'm a sucker for Morrison's cakes. Does your Morrison's do this? I didn't know Morrison's did until we moved here, and it's our only supermarket. They do individual slices of cake for £1, and they're good slices. And it catches me because I have to walk past it pretty much every day, and then put me in the doorway, and it's just this. You do want a slice of cake? I'm like, of course I want a fucking slice of cake. Every day it gets me. I wouldn't. I haven't got time to roll, Raf. I haven't. I want to, but no. I want to turn the camera, see if we can get a little bit more action out of it tonight. The monster. At this hour, some Space Raiders for Alan. I'm too old for friend. I'm feeling that one. I really am at the minute. I can't wait until it gets down to like a 9:30 start. A shifty zig, and the smoke comes across. It's clouds. It's clouds, guys. Yeah. Leanne there coming in with the gifts. Thank you for that one, and thank you for sending Portal in. Where do we get to with you guys over there? It's a busy patch of sky. You're not wrong there, Carl. Most of them are on the same path. And Susie is in. How are you doing? Not sure either. Still kind of rare to see two bright. Honestly, I can't think of the last time we had one like that. They have happened, but that did seem to be. That was like ISS bright. When the International Space Station goes over, that's how big that is. And if you think of how big physically the ISS is compared to any man-made satellite out there, that is a high amount of reflectivity. That is quite a lot to reflect back down to us. Where are we? Oh, TikTok's having a little bit of a sulk with me. That's a surprise. He absolutely does it on purpose. There will be with Pete there. Oh, there will be some flashes there. Yeah. That's what you're all watching the stream for, really. There, Stephen coming in with the shares. Thank you for that one. Leanne with the portal. So, guys, you are just joining us. We're there. 10k likes now. Very much appreciated there, Emma. That is very, very kind of helping him tapping away there, because it is the likes and shares, the tapping away that does help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. Said the more eyes and minds just helps us doing the search here. More eyes to look and to notice the strangeness that happens on screen as it happens, but also people to share your accounts with the phenomena, the stories you wouldn't otherwise get to hear. Leanne coming in the shares. But yeah, do say hello as you're joining. Do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Again, ask away any questions that you may have. There are no silly questions here at all. Look at these ones coming down here. One of those three in formation, and then this look at the difference in brightness. Slower as well, I think, that one. Another one coming in up here. Yeah, I'm going to go down and turn the brightness up quickly, just to see if we can get a little bit more action there. Is there anything that's maybe too faint that we're missing out on there? It's a good luck charm there. I normally make a rollie and then a plane arrives. Yep, I know that feeling. Always right when you're about to light there. And Inns as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in. Right, I'm going to just leave you with Alan and the night sky, and I'm going to turn the camera up, see if we can just get a little bit more out of it, just a touch more. So give me 2 seconds, guys. Alan, can you take... Oh, Leanne, do you want to take over?
Yeah, I'll take over.
Okay, there we go. You take over then. Oh.
Hello, ladies and gents. How are we this evening? What are you doing? Yes, he's showing off the t-shirt, you guys. Don't forget there is merch in the shop. T-shirts designed by me. And we got a notebook in there and a hat and a mug. Yeah, we got all sorts. Let me just put the headphones on because they make me feel like a DJ. Hi. How is everyone? Hi, Kate. So thanks for the follow-ins. That's really helpful. That's really great. And Kelfran, thank you for the follow. Where are you listening from? Where are you watching from? Have you ever seen anything strange in your skies? We love hearing your comments and hearing your stories about all the different things you have experienced. And this little community that we have built in online in the... I can't remember what it's called. Out there in Radio Land. Let's see. I don't know how Sam can see this. He's got all your comments up here. He's got an actual little like projector thing, and he's really good. You know, like the overhead projectors you saw at school, and you knew if that was getting wheeled in, that or the TV getting wheeled in. You're like, this is a good day. I am good, thank you. Do you believe in aliens yourself? I believe. I'm more into like ghosts and a united consciousness and things like that, and I reckon that it's all related. I do think there's stuff out there, and I do find it very fascinating. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I love finding out, and I love hearing you guys. There's lots going on actually in the sky tonight. That's exciting. But yeah, I believe that in the paranormal and that there is stuff going on that we don't understand. I believe there is life out there as well because it is such a big place. There's got to be, surely. But until I meet a little green man, I don't think I'll believe that little green men have visited, if that makes sense. Although there's all that stuff coming out in disclosure and things, so united consciousness told me all I need to know. Oh, good. Wait, is that... I think those are positive emojis. Honestly, Sam's eyes must be so much better than mine, and he's the one with glasses. Maybe I need glasses. I don't think I do. I love all things paranormal. Yes, I should show you guys my ghost kit. We've got a ghost hunting kit. We did once... Oh, that's a bright one. We did once do an Estes method live on the channel. I was the one blindfolded with the headphones on, listening to that horrible while you guys asked questions in the chat, and Sam said them out loud. But Sam has a rule: no ghosts in the house, so we haven't done it again. Great to meet another awakened one. Well, it's great to meet you as well. And yeah, there's so much going on out there.
Ironic calling you awoken.
I do like to nap. We did also do another thing. I want to do more about the united consciousness stuff, global consciousness. We did a live once where I led it, where we rolled a dice, didn't we?
Still got to do the zinc card.
Yes, so we kept rolling the dice, and Sam set it all up. He's got this really cool tool where it measures the probability of it, so whether you got yes or evens or odds. No, it was ones and zeros. We had ones and zeros on this dice, and it measured how many ones and zeros. And there was a spike at one point, but it wasn't consistent enough for us to say that's definitely true. What's the bright red dot? I think that's a dead pixel. I'd love for you to do a ghost hunt in your house and say hi to Godfrey. Oh, God. Who's Godfrey? Oh, no. He didn't complete the heart. Oh, yes, would love to see something like, again, Yeah, it's still pretty new around here. We'll have to do it again because I did enjoy the estates method. What surprised me about that is how tiring it was. Now, whether or not that was because I get quite a lot of sensory fatigue anyway, so you know, loud noises and stuff like that. So I guess being blindfolded and having that horrible I think we did it for an hour and a half with a few short breaks in between. But afterwards I was knackered. But then they also say that if you are managing to communicate with spirits, then that can take your energy as well, because they need your energy to, you know, they sort of use some of your energy to do it. Yes, so we will do that again at some point. It's just, while the sky's clear, we want to do this, and then, you know, in an evening, when Sam's going on so late, I go to bed at a reasonable time, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's Sam who is, I mean, I'm a night owl. I consider myself a night owl because I tend to go to sleep by about 1 a.m. But Sam's a real, he'll be up until like 5, which is ridiculous. So yeah, I tend to go to bed while he's streaming. But maybe we can schedule something like a special show on a weekend or something like that. But we should definitely show you the ghost equipment. We've got the spirit box, which is the radio. We've got the EMF meter. We've got a laser grid pointer thing. We've got lots of recording devices for EVPs. And yeah, really interesting. New here, what are we looking at for? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass you back over to the actual host. I was just taking over while he popped outside. I'm sorry, I've not been keeping up with the chat properly, darling. I've just been sort of picking and choosing. So you'll have fun trying to catch up. But lovely chatting to you guys. Speak soon.
Oh, they broke my neck on your parasol.
Oh, that's awful.
Ghost kit.
Where is it? Is it on the camera?
I can't see because it's in front of my face, but I think so.
Yeah.
There we go. So, guys, I'll try and figure out where we were in the chat. Is your phone, darling?
Oh.
Yeah, so we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, and these are the skies live over Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do pay attention, help us spot the weird and wonderful in the night sky there. We'll zoom in on the interesting stuff. If you're good, if your sighting's cool there, type it in the chat there, you know, A6 for example, use the grid, and the mods will use the interactive grid to highlight the anomalous ones. We can zoom in there, but lots of activity tonight, and lots of stars out there as well. I think a wisp of cloud in the night sky, but make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are, because then that way you get the notifications of when we go live. We're always chasing it getting just about dark enough right on those ones. Where are we? Down here. I'm just going to jump in where we left off there, but who Hazy, thank you, and Leon there for the gifts. Would love to do a ghost. Kate, no ghost in the house. Although I'm really trying to figure out something that we can do along those lines over the winter. And there, the bright-ish red dot in A2 there, Bad Cat. That is a good spot in there. A2 is that A2? That one? Yeah. So right on the line there, that one is actually a dead pixel. So when we move the camera, you'll see that stays in place where the silver stars move. Sadly. But there are some other ones that are, we seem to have lost the colour a little bit now. I think we are getting a bit of that haze in. Maybe if I just move the camera around, see if we can find a better patch of sky. Because we moved it once already. Yeah, you see those red dots are staying stationary. There we go. There's some colour now. Yeah, it's the haze. So look at some of the colours of these stars. Oh, look at how many are shooting across the sky there. Yeah, it was good fun when we did our spooky one that one time. It's been over a year now. We only did it once there. Definite energy around 100% there. They're looking back into that from a scientific point of view. They're revisiting the ether. Carl, you've been on a lot of ghost hunts. That is the I've not, and I don't know why. It's always been a big interest there. And thank you there, R4, for the gifts as well. I always say feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks,
C4
guys.
Tom as well. Good spotting. Sorry, I moved the camera around now there. Today is the England football match there. We're going to lose. Adrian there. Thank you for the likes and the follow there. Where are you joining us from? Hopefully we won't though, but you never know. We can see it's too hot for Sam. We can sit downstairs and chat ghosts. Yes. We can move the camera down to the right. I can go to the right, but I can't go down. Sadly, the little motor that we've got doesn't really go down anymore. It doesn't like the weight of the camera. So we're getting to about as far now. I can see some trees in the bottom there. Just about as far around as we can do it there. We are going to get one that's a bit better than that, but it's not here at the minute there. Right, where do we get to with YouTubers? Leaving you guys all alone. That's never a sensible thing. Where are we? Just have sacked now. Oh yeah, numbers always go up for Leanne. The next colouring stream. Ben, you know what? We do need to do more of those. We still have a few of those Alan colouring books as well to sell to you guys if you're interested in drawing on Alan. Yeah, we normally do them on the rare occasion that it's not a Skywatch, and we haven't done a lot of we've done more too many setties, so we need to kind of mix it up a bit, but we'll have to do one soon. And I love all things paranormal. There is a good, isn't there, Indigo? There is a good overlap in our community, just generally curious people. It isn't 100%. There are some people just here for the UFOs, but there is, I think, generally curious people across it all there. We ain't green. There, and Sam has been sacked at the Ouija Brothers and Ghosts on Trent, the best paranormal YouTube channels there. I've heard of Ghosts on Trent. I think I've seen a few of their ones before as well. I've got a cracking concept for a ghost hunt, but I need the right location for it. As soon as I've solved that nut, guys, you'll love it. What we've got planned for that one. And that one, damn it, the ghost. That one's been redacted, so I can't see it there. Ghost theory are fake there, are they? Long prove they fake. Do they really? That's a shame. They seem like genuine lads. And I have two ghostly hunter cameras there. I love paranormal. Yes, I remember you saying now, Liberty. Yeah, see, there's got to be more that can be done. I think what we're missing in the ghost hunting world is we're missing the same location monitored over a long period of time. Like, if we could do this, but for a haunted house, actually have it, so you're constantly getting data, trying to get repeatable things, test and measure all of the specifics around it. That's what I think we really, really need to do. And come on, England, I should support them more. I've been jaded so many times. There's two little ones just down there. Keep your eyes on those guys. I've been burned before. And you're up for it there, Amanda. I love it. The place you will see is when you are baptized by water. When you are seeking he, and he is a tree with his turkeys sleeping too. Oh, it's the turkeys. Travels with horses like animals of power when he travels. And shut up, number. Let's come down again. Oh, faith, liberty. See, you know exactly what buttons to press. Oh, that's funny. I'll give you some points for that one. Very good there. Hey up, how you doing there? 0 notifications. It's all right. After last night with the cancelling and then it's still scheduling, I'd forgive you for not paying attention to the notifications. But how are you doing, up? How was your gigs yesterday?
Zoom mode activated.
It's a nice and bright, consistent one here. Remember, we want to see it stop dead, shoot for speed, or change its course or trajectory. That will tell us for sure that it is something a little bit stranger indeed. If you are just joining us, we're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. Do say hello, let us know where you all are watching from there. Kate, coming in with the gifts and
thanks,
feeding
guys.
Alan. Thank you for that, Kate. But yeah, how was it? Hey up, did you have a good time? Yeah, say if you spot anything there. There's lots of movement in the sky tonight, and we're looking out for the ones that are particularly strange. That's an interesting one. That seems to be flashing. Let's spin the camera. Let's follow that one. See if we can get it in the middle where it's better quality, and then zoom in on the fucker. There we go. I thought I was seeing a little bit of a flash to it. A little bit, but nothing outside of atmospheric interactions, possibly. Keep your eyes on it. It's worth it. Follow it across. Oh, how do you lure them in there? Just play really loud cowbell music. It's irresistible to them. Just moo incredibly loud. But I'm working on a little gadget at the minute, but I'm not practically technical in those senses. So if anybody else is good with a soldering iron, actually Harko would be perfect for this. But speaking of which, the radar's still working. We're trying to get an infrared strobe that we can program what patterns of flashing that we want, because apparently they do respond to prime number sequences being flashed, you know, things like that. And so we can put that as like a little beacon maybe to try and see if that affects them. Maybe summon them in there. Obviously CE5 will work very well as well there. Blade Runner soundtrack might have was enough otherworldly. Oh, who was it that I discovered? So it's weird sort of Japanese elevator jazz music, and it was brilliant, proper like ethereal stuff. And Rock, how you doing there? I thought you'd turn up early tonight. I was tempted. I did feel guilty. I didn't realise it did the rescheduling. So sorry for that one, guys. We are normally here. What should we wake up in the morning if we get beat there? Oh, and all the places on Just Eat will be smashed in. Yeah, I love that we're, you know, not sore losers at all there. Cutlery night would be good. Yes, it would be. A little bit chill. I think could be a nice little chill afternoon. I'm still looking to see how we can do the phone-in radio show version. I just don't know if we've got enough people to call in to kind of keep it going. That is the thing, but I do want to do that. Greg's took all the Mexican style food off the menu today. It's just petty. That is hilariously petty. I like that. Norway knocked out to Brazil tonight as well there. Anything's possible, right? TikToks of the English fans turning up to random US sporting events there, supporting random players. Hilarious. I heard that they drunk them, the Scots drunk the Americans dry 4 times the amount of alcohol was consumed in one day than a whole 4th of July weekend apparently, and it panicked all the US beer manufacturers. Gig was fantastic there. Extreme and Def Leppard were amazing. That I love it. Up, putting us all to shame there with that one. Those cowboys at the rodeos were like, what the hell is going on? And how many UFO or UAP sightings are there per year at Stonehenge? Oh, very good question. I don't know. And it's how many get reported as well. You know, lots of people do self-stigmatize, don't they? They stop it. They don't want to sound silly. So I wonder what the true amount would be. How accurate would the modern apps be for recording those sightings? I do wonder. I've seen some very interesting videos from Stonehenge. This is a good one.
Zoom mode activated.
Some orange orbs over a nearby field, and then, you know, crop circle the next day. That was one of the most impressive ones you've seen. This was going back, I think, like to the 90s, so it was a crap home movie, but also pre all of the screwing around there. European Anomalies, how are you doing? Just don't flash our lasers in the sky in Wiltshire on the border of the danger zone. Exactly, A-up. I mean, that is always my biggest fear. That we're going to flash an Apache attack helicopter with a laser, thinking it's a UFO, and then boom, there. Oh, Boston, classic. Because if you really want to see the aliens there, go build a shed near a tree of sleeping turkeys in it. Sleep there overnight alone, and look towards the window inside your shed. And curtains. What's the link with the turkeys? Like, what's the connection with those there? And what was that? It's a very good question. What was it? Anomalous is our main. Oh, hold on. Is that what you're on about? Okay, now there's another one, and this is in a different place.
Zoom mode activated.
This is in a different part of the sky where we're getting these big flares. Look at how faint that is now. We've had a lot of those ones today. Very interesting. It does look it up. Sadly, I've not been that well travelled. I've got some Boston vinyl somewhere. Right, I'm going to bounce back over to the TikTok. No, well, yeah, where did we get to? Have you not told Leanne who Jeffrey is? I probably have, but she doesn't listen, Kate. Oh, C2, good spot in there. That's a nice blue one. Look at the differences. My God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at this.
Zoom mode activated.
Let's get them all on the screen at once. Look at the difference there. Similar size and speed, but look how blue that one is. And is that the modern Starlink ones there with their special solar panels causing that? Such a distinct difference, though. Oh, good spot in there, Georgie. It's a bit slow on the uptake. Heard it could be delayed until 2 a.m. Oh, what the match? I always jumped ahead again. Sorry, guys. Another paranormal one is well overdue. Maybe when the office is too hot for Sam, so we can sit downstairs and chat ghosts. Oh, that's what that was about there. Adrian, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Did the camera move there? And C3, is that a star nursery? Good, cool, Tom. Right, have I moved it since then in C3? But let's have a look, just in case I haven't. C3 is around here. I don't know. We do occasionally get a nebula. I don't know if we've got one on screen at the minute there, but you know, a star nursery, a nebula basically is all of the gas that is collected around there. Sometimes they look like a star, but kind of smudged, and it's where, when all those gases collect together, if our current models are correct, all those new stars will form in there from all that material that's collected there. I fixed it there. Oh, is that a blue flash just there, out the corner of my eye? It's busy tonight there. 3 bright flashes in one. That, honestly, Alpha, I've not seen it like that. I've not seen it like that at all. This is a very busy patch. And we're not that far around. Where is Octurus? We're not as that... Okay, no, we are a little bit further around than we normally are. Where did we get to over on the tubes? Oh, it's in the Bible. It speaks of Noah, and Noah lived an old age. He lived on the ark with the animals, and he slept near the turkeys, basically. Okay. I just saw a black object. Oh, I didn't. Bollocks. Amelia, a good spot. What? How long ago? That wouldn't have been that long ago. Right, if I clip it, see if we can catch that in it there. Race living light. An Igma post of a white light in Southampton. We'll post in the Discord. Perfect there, A-up. Let's see if I can have a look at that one. And Noah is invisible, looking from what I've seen, but you can see his outline sleeping in the tree. Lilac as well. England match has been delayed. Oh my god, because of storms. Hey, Tickers, live from a field in East Sussex. Love Supreme. I was thinking, Tickers, this is a bit late for you, but you're off partying, aren't you? You're at a festival. You young kids there, putting us all to shame. Like, it's all right. If you were waiting for the match, guys, I can predict the future. I can tell you what's going to happen, and you're not going to like it. Scooby, how are you doing? Yes, we've had some really, really big flashes, like really bright, more than the normal flash, like by far, like ISS bright, with 3 of them, which is weird. Again, not slam dunk anomalous, but very, very interesting. Parents have seen 2 aliens in their window when they had curtains once, and they controlled their minds overnight. It was very frightening, and they've explained it to me in detail. Now, that does sound frightening, but it also fits by a lot. Oh my god, how many have we got on screen at the minute? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least on screen. This is a very busy part of the sky. But yeah, no, it fits in with a lot of encounters that people have had there. Do tell us more on that one, Ghost. I'd love to hear more on that one. What was their experience? Were they just outside? Did they come in? Was there an abduction around it? Well, you're going to be upset, Raph, when they discover the ship. Figures I miss it. Well, we thought, Scooby, oh, it's just once, but they keep happening, so there might be something tonight. Tonight does feels like one of them nights where it's going to be interesting, so don't worry, I'm sure there is more to come. 3 bright flashes is totally fascinating there as well. So guys, you're joining us. We're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. Lots of strange and anomalous things in these skies here. Lots of activity over the years. In fact, this little town had its own UFO flap for 10 years straight. 10 years solid. One of the best incidents that was localized to sort of one place I have ever heard of there, and it does feel like the phenomena hasn't really let go ever. So lots of things have happened in these skies. Hopefully tonight is going to be no different. Think sources, exactly, Scooby. Everybody think. See if we can see 5 this, see if we can get them in. Oh, my dad wanted to get his rifle, but he said that the alien laughed at him through his mind and said, "You're going to get your gun," and chuckled at him. And he was too afraid to go get it. That is... Oh, look how bright this fucker is.
Zoom mode activated.
Where's the ISS? Can we check on that one? It does look a little bit smaller than the ISS, but for this to be that bright... If that ain't the ISS... It's got to be the ISS. Where are you now, ISS? If I say ISS one more time. What way is that looking? So that is southwest from us. Current position of the ISS. Where are you, bastard? Ah. Yep, that is the ISS. So that's a shame. So, but yeah, there we go, guys. That's what the International Space Station looks like. It's always cool to catch it. Should we follow it around for a bit? But that's how bright those others flared up. So, it shows you the difference, doesn't it? There's a few people on that one right now. Should we follow it around just for good measure? See it off. Watch it go across the screen a little bit longer there. It's always cool to see. Hey, it's been a while. Just because there was a ship doesn't mean he's got 2 of every animal on it. Definitely got some turkeys. Yeah, it's the ISS. Thank you, A-Up. It always catches me out because it is. Look how different it is to all of the other objects that are up there. How bright that is there. They explain the aliens as a very scary looking, almost like clown faces with big eyes. The big eyes definitely fits with what's been there. Excellent catch. I can't take any credit for that one, Scooby, but it does look cool. Just going off the screen now. I can't lower the lens. So anyway, let's go back to that other patch of sky that was busier and a bit darker. Now I know why you weren't reachable today. 2 crop circles have appeared in Wiltshire. Yeah, I was busy. It's me. I make the crop circles. I need the attention. I'm not that athletic. I don't move that much in a week, let alone overnight. When did it become a 3 all of a sudden? Wait, 3? What? He said they raised the curtains up with their minds and was peeking through at their windows, scaring them. I've heard very, very similar things. Normally there's like a purpose to it in the sense that, you know, of like an abduction or they're trying to get a sample of something like that. But I have heard things, you know, they're just out there to sort of terrorize. You know, the mind aspect of it as well very much fits in there. The eyes. It moves pretty slow, doesn't it? And this is 17,500 miles an hour, but how slow that looks really relative to us there. Man with the cam. Well, I am, but hey, it was NASA, the Russians, whatever. They launched it. Can't take too much credit. And apparently there's someone who you pay £20 and they send someone a clown on your behalf. 20 quid. Now that is a bargain. They use their minds. I think they do. And I think they do it with their eyes as well. I think there's something with those big eyes that releases endorphins, which makes us more happier, makes us more pliable. I think that could be how they, you know, get our consent for a lot of these things, how they control. Now, whether it is for nefarious reasons or whether it's within our best interests, think of an animal going to the vet, that's still up for debate. But I still wouldn't want it there. It was obviously in beyond the shadow of a doubt, a weather balloon. Yeah. I have seen, so I've got a weather balloon. I still need to get some gas for that thing. I need to dig it out, get the gas, and see if we can attach a GoPro to it. Maybe I'll release it when we do one of our locations there. Baby-like eyes. Why their eyes are too big when they're born. So this is, I can't remember what they call the trend, but this was one of the arguments that the evolutionary biologist Michael Masters was talking about with the greys potentially being us. He says that there's a name for it, but it's a trend that a species will evolve to look more and more like its offspring. Like we will select the bigger eyes because, you know, we have that connection to babies, and therefore adults with bigger eyes are slightly more successful because of that, and over time evolution kind of makes a species look more like it's young. Explain it in detail, and it is very terrifying. That honestly, that really, where you probably have said, but whereabouts in the world are you? And is that something that other people, you know, have they heard any of that locally as well, or do you think it was targeted? Thank you for sharing that one, because we don't get many of the actual, like those sort of encounters there, those first-hand encounters. It's very rare. And now that is 74. How long ago? 64. How long ago was it? Eyes never grow. You're born with adult sight. You can't be true, can it? Think of a baby's tiny. I mean, I've not got much experience with kids, but they've got tiny eyes. I could be very wrong on that one. Happened long ago on our property there. So, very interesting there when I was pregnant with you. So, 40 odd years ago then. Wow. That is a good story there. Absolutely true. I'm going to have to Google that one. And the large eyes are a mask or a helmet. I've heard, again, one of our deep dives, remember deep dives, guys, normally on every other Friday, so this Friday coming we've got one, where we look into a whistleblower's account, a leaked document, or the recent videos or whatever it is from the US government there. We watched them through with all of our Patreons and members, but we did one once which was... obviously we did the evolutionary biologist and his paper on it, but we've also done the person that claims to be a molecular biologist that worked with the anatomy and the biologics there and of the greys, the genetics and all that sort of shit. And they were saying that, and I've heard this elsewhere before, that behind that black eyelid there is a normal human eye but bigger. But it's exactly the same as ours, bigger. But the black that we see or gets reported a lot is actually like a contact lens sort of thing there. It's almost like a built-in sunglasses. And you'd imagine if their eyes are bigger than ours, they're going to let in a lot more light. So during the day, it's going to be blinding for them. But at night, they're going to be able to see probably as good as our lens here. So like, as many, this lens lets in more of those light. And your twin sister as well there, and it's their face. I could get behind that there. And the grey aliens look like embryos. They really, but it fits in, doesn't it, with that, they're hairless, they're short, the big eyes, the big head, fitting with that trend of going towards the young of the species, for if it is us. I don't want to see it. No, oh my god, I know I don't. That is the one thing I very much don't want to see. I don't mind, like, anomalies on a screen. Brilliant, but the idea of an alien, I can't even think of a situation. I mean, unless it was like in a government lab and they come in, do you want to meet an alien? Yeah, okay, well, sit down there, we're going to bring Bob in. That would probably be the only case where I feel like I'd be okay, but not on a windswept hillside when we're doing one of our live on locations, which hopefully we're going to do soon again there, but or at night. God, there's so many on the screen here. Look at some of these.
Zoom mode activated.
Zoom in this one. There's a little bit of colour change to this one. Probably just the atmospheric change. It's giving us a twinkle. Remember, we need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change its course or trajectory. But yeah, there's not many cases where I would actually want to have that first-hand encounter. What about you guys? Are you more open to the ideas of having one of those, direct close encounters of the third kind? Parents' story remains very true, as the details they've explained it and how parents don't lie. Well, exactly. If there's no history of it as well, you'd know your parents there. That sounds very awesome. Well, not for them. It sounds terribly scary. Did they have anything else, or was it just like one night that the aliens popped to visit them, or was there, was there any other relationship there that might explain why they were there? Have a flash down in the bottom there. Maybe the big eyes see a bigger part of the electrical spectrum, the electromagnetic spectrum. Peter, maybe. So there are some humans that can see more than we do, because the frequency range of what we can see is dictated, I think, by the cones in our eyes. So most humans, the vast majority of us, have 3 cones. So we can, by that we can, all of the different light variations that are there. Hence like RGB colours there, you can produce most other colours with it. But there are some humans with a 4th light cone there, so they can see a little bit more. It's rush hour in the air. It really is very, very busy tonight, isn't it? Large eyes means they are not comfortable with the bright sunlight on Earth's surface. It totally fits, doesn't it, with the behaviour? So why they would have potentially inbuilt, contact or sunglasses to filter that out. And my cats have a slit eyes there, different from other cat species. Ooh, that's a good question. Apparently, the eye is something that's evolved separately many, many times. Various different species have got their own versions, essentially the same sort of thing, but, achieving the same goal through different means. But the eye seems to be something that evolution favours. This is a nice bright one.
Zoom mode activated.
So many up there tonight. It is alive. Look at the difference between those two as well. That's more of a rounded, it's more elongated. A little more of the light profile's different compared to these as well. Very, very strange there. It was one night there, it's very scary. Many windows and 2 aliens. I mean, it took me a long time to get to sleep if that happened to me. Where are we down there? Where are we down here as well? What's that one? What's that, someone's? I can't see it there. What are you on about? I can't see what you're talking about there, sadly. But anyway, let's go back on here. And birds can see the magnetic north, I think. Apparently, yeah, they can. They can see the magnetic what's it called? Magnetic lines, what's it called there? That's how they navigate. There are some animals that see infrared and ultraviolet and all that there. Ah, you missed the icon. I must have missed a few, yeah, because I can't. It must have jumped ahead on me. Grey looks like embers. No, I got that one. Where is the other one there? Oh, I must have. Where is it scrolled? Where is it? I can't see. Oh well. Yeah, no, I can't see that one. Sorry, must have jumped. Anyway, let's bounce back over to the TikTok. Where did we get to? We got to Adrian in, didn't we? No, I did that one. Where did we get to, you guys? Like a universal highway. Oh, what are the name of the Irish chaps that do have that as a theory? Hold on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on screen. Well, hey, that's a new record for it's a new record for this time of year, guys. So definitely a highway there. It's bad how they get them all up there without any crashing into each other. Sorry, brain's not dead there. It's mad how they get them all up there without any crashing into each other. The maths behind it. Oh my god, I can't. My brain just can't compute that. But how many adjustments they do have to make is crazy on a regular basis. They are very worried about what they call it. Kessler syndrome, the idea that they'll start crashing into each other. Now, if you think about it, you think about the whole surface of the Earth. Now, TikTok's having a bit of a sulk. Let's sort that one out. Stable internet connection. My arse, it's fine, TikTok. Sort it out. Sorry, TikTokers. I'm sure is that back now? But yeah, think of the surface of the Earth and how large that is. And think of how a physical satellite would be just, on the surface, how large that is. And then even 15,000, they're very, very spread out. You could easily lose 15,000 satellites in the desert, couldn't you? And up there, obviously, that area is larger because it's a larger sphere around the Earth. But they are filling it up very, very fast. And they have to make a lot of adjustments so they do not collide there. It is less level there. You've never seen that one before. Honestly, it's awesome to see, isn't it, the old ISS there. DJ, you spotted it as well, and just passed over me in Plymouth there, and it's the brightest thing in the sky. The first time I saw it, which wasn't that long ago, I honestly thought UFO. I'd never seen anything that big, that bright and fast. It's crazy there. I always try and think of that, Arthur. There are actually people on the ISS right now. I'm looking at with a handful of people up there. Yes. Yeah, it's always having a bit of a soul for some reason there. Sounds like I'm filming a rap video. Is it? Ooh, is it still playing out there? Right, where do we get to? Over on the tubes. I have no idea, Raf. I have no idea on that one. How someone has to direct the traffic up there, just up there with the wands, like left and right and all that sort of stuff. And wildcats with a vertical slit pupils include bobcats and lynxes, which are smaller ambush predators, and larger cats such as lions and tigers have round pupils. Somebody, I might be totally making this up, but somebody I think compared the orientation of the slit in the eye to whether they're predator or prey, and whether they needed a view of the horizon to check if there is any threats on there, or if they wanted that narrow focused view, they're looking at a very specific thing. Probably all bollocks, but it rang a bell there. And 1973, Matthew, how are you doing there? Hello. Do you remember UK cloned the sheep in 1980s there? Then nothing. Then COVID came. People got to their DNA, so the government can clone us. How many they like for the aliens. Honestly, yeah, I said that was Dolly the sheep. And even though we technically officially banned cloning and anything more beyond that, there is a lab somewhere that has toyed with that has dabbled in it. You 100% know that to be the case. That some mad scientist, probably government backed still, has had a dabble with that. And yeah, you're right. We've all, put our data online in various ways, shapes or form, haven't we, for the reward of X, Y or Z. But, people have literally been doing their genetic information and loading those up. 23andMe. Was it 23andMe that got sold, that went bankrupt or something, that sold out, and therefore, there's a big hoo-ha because technically their data, the individual people's genetic data, is an asset of the company that, is being bought or sold and things like that. I think they're arguing around it. Oh, I think we're having a bit of yeah, something's having a bit of a sulk right now. Something's decided it wants to upload, so we are getting issues on this end. Let me just see if I can problem solve that. Who's using the network? Nothing more than it should, but something is. Sorry guys, just so we can attack this. Who's using the fucking network? Nothing. There's nothing really here that's... I don't know where that's going from, but something is lagging things out. Sorry, guys. Not sure on what that actually is. But hey, we'll have to lump it through. They're like vampires. They very well could be. And the Earth is destroyed in hitchhikers to make way for a galactic motorway. By the aliens. Again, it's a possibility for these sorts of things. That would probably be our greatest fear, because if they're that far advanced, they're not going to be too worried about us. It's if we're close technologically speaking, that's when the real dangers can occur. You know, if our interests are different to theirs. The only time would be, you know, if they want to put a motorway through here. Why can't I... What's that? I'm only seeing some messages. Oh, what's that? Our internet has been pissing about out all day. Virgin. I'm not on Virgin, but I mean, we've not got a great one, but something is really doing it in at the second there. 23 got hacked and our data went on the dark web. They have joined a class action to sue them. This is the risk, isn't it, this day and age? It's when it's out there, you know, even with the best will in the world, you know, it's there for somewhere to take it. It is so dangerous. Well, fingers crossed to get something back, because yeah, like, what is more core to you as an individual, you know, like other than your genetics. There, the cows are affecting the internet. They've had enough. Yeah, it's just my internet's just spiked up to enough to a thing. I'm like, but why? There's nothing doing anything strange there. I'll catch you later there, Peter. Where are we? Over on the TikTok there. Have you seen the video of how they live up there looking down at the Earth from that cupola window? Is immense. I've seen the videos, and part of me would love to do it. The other part of me goes, I'll just get really dizzy flying around up there, do my head in. But it looks absolutely stunning. But the way they have to sleep upright, I mean, I can barely get to sleep in a normal bed. It do me in. Who's a bit on the top side now? It's definitely playing up about 2 minutes ago. Yeah, hopefully it's not going to be too bad there. How you doing, Ram Raiders? Good to see you. Vacuum packed dehydrated food for tea every night. Yeah, and apparently it stinks up there as well, because all those bodies up there and all the heat and the sweat, and it's not very well ventilated, is it? So there. It's not the motorway, it's the new HS2. Yeah, that's what it is. It's HS3. But yeah, there were some Irish researchers, you know, doctors, you know, all the credentials and stuff. They were plotting sightings over years. And basically, yeah, they were plotting the sightings, and they thought they'd come up with, you know, paths to these things, routes, regular routes when they would do it. And they wasn't sure if it was an automated thing, you know, or if these were their versions of highways, of how they navigate. But yeah, they reckon they could predict all sorts of paths and things like that. What is going on with my damn internet? What is doing all of this? It's bloody annoying. Sorry, guys. One day we'll get fibre here. They are meant to be putting it in this year. Is that going to do anything? Nope. It's Leanne. She's downloading more of her smarty books to read. And Pretense there, how are you doing there? Hello to the channel there. First timer there, Pre. And I like the look you're going for. Thank you there, Pre. I really appreciate that. And where are you joining us from? It's good to see you in. Thank you for saying hello. We are doing our live UFO Skywatch. It's quieting down a bit, but there's still some activity. We've seen some interesting things tonight. We had the ISS go over earlier, which is pretty cool to see. Have you ever seen anything strange yourself in the night sky? I would love to hear about that if you have. Just fighting some internet connections. Just hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. See if in the waiting list would freak me out. I'll just float off somewhere. I've got real issues with vertigo. Like my inner ear doesn't do the balance thing right, and so my brain is always looking for visual clues to get the thing. So if I watch something on TV and they do like an artistic camera shot, or if it's a space thing and they fly around, I fall over, like just straight off. I have to go and stand outside and find a horizon to kind of give my brain the, no, you're level, you're not falling. But it's fucking, no, it's up in space when there is no objective level. There, oh, is it still having a sulk, I think. Yeah, I'm good there. Just a bit worried about the heat wave. Oh my god, that we've got coming. Is it? The minute it doesn't look as bad, but I just don't trust it anymore. I don't think I can do another one. I am not worried. Not looking forward to that. And great clarity tonight, as well. They can see almost all the details. For honest, I knew it was going to be a good night. I didn't know. I was just hoping. But yeah, it is. And we've seen some interesting things. It's been very, very cool. Where did we get to up there as well? And living light there. In case of a clone swap, our code is purple cow shit. I'm going to forget that one there. Oh, is that Duluth there? Oh, excellent. I think you're probably our first from over there. That is pretty cool. Have you ever had an experience? Definitely welcome in. And Bob Lazar, how are you doing there? Is the stream lagging? I think there's something going on. I've turned everything off. I don't know what it is. But sorry, guys. There seems to be our local internet has just had a sulk for the night. Can I do this? Is this going to help? Nope. Yeah, sorry guys, it looks like it's the will of the gods at the minute with the lag. Hopefully it'll sort itself out soon, but I've no idea what it's doing. A bit of your element. It needs some element 115. Oh, D4 flasher. Around here. Bit of a lag. Is it this one moving across now? Good spot. Should we zoom in on this one?
Zoom mode activated.
Slow and steady, but remember we need to see it stop dead short for speed, change its course or trajectory. That tells us for sure that it is something very, very strange. Until it does then, though, we just can't say there is anything other than that. But good spot in there, Emilio. And I think Bigfoot is a mad science experiment, mixing a human embryo with a gorilla and then releasing them once they've grown the Appalachian Mountains. Honestly, in this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised seeing all of the shit, hearing the shit that they do get up to. It's not a big jump anymore, is it? It really isn't there. Oh, I can give a mantis view from a ship there. Oh, D1, no worries. Tell us more, Pre. I want to hear about that one. Because I was thinking somebody was saying that the mantis is not actually like praying mantis type beings. They just, that's the closest thing that we can kind of, with their look. But actually it's just more of the face shape rather than an actual big insect. Which I felt more relieving because that didn't, yeah. It was more relieving because I don't like the idea of big insects there. All smooth there. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate the heads up. I had no idea what's going on there. I've been told to the government's doing it. I would not be surprised with them. I really, really wouldn't with them. So not so long ago, I would have gone, oh no, conspiracy theories, all that bollocks. But the more that comes out, the more you just go, yeah, totally believe it, the bastards. I think there's no coincidence that they approved over here in the UK the cloud seeding to prevent, to build up more cloud coverage, to stop the global warming, to stop the everything heating up, reflect the sunlight back. They approved that, and then we immediately went on to have the wettest winter on record by some degree, 50 odd days of cloud coverage. It's like, yeah, fucking cause and effect there. It went weird when the ISS went over. I wonder if there's a link there. I got booted off and it wouldn't let you back in for some reason. Internet is meltdown due to the delay in the game. Maybe it's something connected like that. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's everybody going online at this time, waiting for the game to view it that way. That might be why my internet's gone down. D1 Amelia, yeah, we spotted that one, and America stopping you from seeing something in the night sky. You never know. You would have a nightmare in VR, Sam, if you ever. Oh god, I would. I have a game where you're on a space station which is spinning, and I probably could do things like that. But no, even the thought of that actually makes me dizzy. That actually sets me, just thinking about it. That's how sensitive it is. No, I'd hate that. I like the idea of it, but no, it does my head in. Have you know if the aliens are mantis there? I hope not. I hope they're not. Extreme Justice. It's not that fancy. It's just green. That's all it is, Bob. It's just green. Just a big green light. And it never works. There's always something going wrong with it. The Mantis I saw was filmed by John Leonard Wilson, and that was about 12 to 14 years ago, in 2010, I think the year was. And this was very unusual, of course. I'm not going to space this, so I am not all in one. Very interesting. There's somebody else that filmed it as well. I don't know of that video. I'll have to see if we can find it there. Imagine it. We all casual here. And that's the real Bob. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would be surprised. That would be hilarious. Free wise man. I can't use VR for that reason. It makes me puke. I want to though. I still want to do because the S4 documentary that's meant to be releasing the VR experience of S4, so everybody can explore what they built based on Bob's experiences there, but experience it in VR. And I want to do that with you guys live. But if I'm going to be falling over, maybe not. So a 2 male and a female on the ship. So are they mantis type? Are they again mantis as in really like close to the insect sort of thing, or is it just because they've kind of got a pointy face and that's like a rough connection like the people are drawing to it there? This thing with the traffic lights and weapons. Oh, I've not heard of that one. Is it the to do with the radars they have in them there, or the microwaves? Been delayed till 2. Hey, I won't be staying up for that. It's just not worth it. You don't want to be watching them lose and staying up there. Still got to watch it. The very strangest thing was they were looking at Earth, but this was not live. Oh, so what, like in a sort of in a recording, in like a hologram? And like that, you need to stay on to 2 a.m. there until the England match starts. I've got work. I've got to get on the train in a couple of hours. We've not got long. It did run through my head, though. It did run through my head. But I thought, no, I can't. Got to be a good boy. Radar and the heat wave weaponry. Ooh. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there is like associated things that they haven't considered and people are getting ill from that. Like, that's an easy win for me. Like the amount of, law of unintended consequences is really obvious. Should be a good match, but I have got things to do tomorrow. How good will it be? I could feel they were looking at you. So were you there, or was this like a vision? Excuse me. It's still quite busy tonight. I'm actually quite pleased with this. May have to remember to point to this part of the sky more often. Should we spin it around, see what's, excuse me, a bit further around? Hold your hats, guys. Still got lots of movement. I'm sure it'll be a good match, but I've got things to do. Oh no, I've got a feeling Harry Kane's not going to be able to cope at that altitude. Things to consider. Taking it, for granted. Oh, do you have a dish for audio and a telescope for visuals then? Basically, Bob, yeah. So we've got our own big dish. Can't remember how wide it is, how many meters. That does our alien radio signal hunt, whereas the video for that, there you go. That's the live signals coming in from our dish. It is actually live right now. If I turn the... There you go. You can hear it in the background. Hold on. 2 seconds, see if it all works. There we go. Look, we can bring up the... it's always going, also lagging a bit. And then let's go back. Yeah, so we've always got the... oh, that's a nice bright one. All got us going our own dish there, and it's so it's not a telescope though for this view. This is actually just a digital camera basically of a long HDMI lead and a good lens. So telescope, we do want a telescope, but they're obviously quite zoomed in. So really, we want as wide a field of view as possible there. So we want a nice wide normal lens. And as you can see, look in C and D4. Excuse me, you're getting some trees in shot there. Well, that one caught me off guard. 7 to 9 feet tall, yeah. Oh, it was recorded. Ah, I get ya. And science says when you look at a planet that died a long time ago, science are wrong. You see the planet past now and future. They are looking at us, thinking again about us. So with relativity, yeah, basically we pick any of these planets here. So we say this one, this star, sorry.
Activated.
So this star, I don't know what one it is, but say it's 100 light years from us now. This is what that star looked like 100 years ago, because light travels at the speed of light, and that's the fastest thing. So gravitational waves, shock waves, whatever it is that would tell us that that planet has exploded, has to travel at the speed of light. And if that's 100 light years, that's 100 years. So if basically 50 years ago this star exploded, we won't see that light, the evidence of that, for another 50 years. We are literally looking back in time at all these things, and vice versa. The same is true, around, I don't know, like maybe around this star here, maybe there, a planet around that star there in orbit is looking back to the faint dot that is our sun, our star, and wondering if there is life here. But if they had a powerful enough telescope, they could look, at the surface of our Earth, and they would see back in time what was going on back then, because it just takes a lot of time for the light to travel there. Exactly, Raf. Takes some time. Need to make sure my energy's there. Not waiting to see a load of rich people kicking a bag of wind around. You can put the flag up without getting arrested. Yeah, honestly, Liberty, I feel the same on that one. I'm less cynical of sports. It's good that people have things to come together with. I don't want to be a misery guts, but it's never something that's resounded with me. And but I felt they were watching me, watching them. But I looked at a video, but they were looking through time. Or maybe they have got devices where they can do that in the same way that we can look at a video. Maybe they can scrub forward and back in time. Or something like that there. The quadrant is awesome. It actually looks quite a nice part of the sky. Oh, the blue flash. This bit. And oh wow, it's a good camera lens. It's surprising, Bob. It took me a few goes to get this, because I know absolutely nothing about cameras, so there's a lot of wasted money there. There's lots of activity here.
Zoom mode activated.
But it's only a cheap, I say it's cheap, but it's quite cheap for as camera lenses go. It's a Chinese one. I could just never remember what the name is, just a series of numbers, so I kind of lucked out with it. I am trying to think of a different one, but I do quite like the colours that this one brings in. But if possible, I'd like a more zoomed out. Not too, because then we wouldn't see the things moving and they'd be too far away. But get more of the skying. Because again, we never know where the action's going to be. The biggest field of view possible is going to be the better. And what's the white dots that are moving there? Grant, good question. So most of those are going to be man-made satellites like these things here. Can I zoom in some others? Oh, there's a bit of a cloud coming in. I can't see any others. Oh, there's one here.
Zoom mode
So yeah, most of these are going to be man-made satellites that are travelling around up there. There's a hell of a lot of them up there. And the difficult part is that they're they're going to be acting the same as potential UFOs for most of the time. You know, if you think there is nothing to avoid up there, so a UFO or a man-made satellite is going to just go on its course on a straight line. It's going to be going from A to B without much deviation there, but it's going to be reflecting that sun's light back down to us as it travels. So they're going to look the same. The only way we can tell otherwise is when they stop dead, shoot off at speed, or change their course or trajectory. That tells us that the object that we're following can't be a man-made satellite. So this is what we're doing. We're monitoring them all. We're looking out for those anomalies there. Flashing, coloration can be of interest, but that's not really a slam dunk. But yeah, keep an eye out because there are some strange ones out there. But most of the time, I think just statistically, it's going to be man-made satellites. But again, interestingly enough, it doesn't mean, even if we don't observe the anomalous movement, doesn't mean that it 100% isn't a UFO either. These objects were not seen as much, but they were seen before man had satellites up there. So what the hell were they? What was flying around in our orbit, in orbit of the Earth, reflecting that sun's light back down there? A blue flash in B1, good spot in there, Naomi. Sorry, I missed that one. B1 is up there. Okay, right, I'll keep an eye up there. See if I can get out of the corner of my eye. What's the red thing on a D1 there? So that one is for D1. Oh, that is a dead pixel. So we've got a couple of them. We've got one there, we've got one there, and we've got one there, I think. So when we move, they'll all stay in the same place, but the stars will move. So, but yeah, just the camera being old and stuff. No worries, Grant, that was a very good question. Where are you joining us from? And mark there, as long as I'm around there, you won't have the chance of anybody saying you're hanging around with rich peeps. I mean, yeah, it's the same here. I mean, I grew up in Basildon, so don't know what rich means. Can't even spell it. But oh, north of Scotland, north of Scotland. That is pretty awesome, actually. Very, very mostly remote, I imagine, up there. I bet your skies are fantastic. Have you ever seen anything strange in them there? No, we're not facing north. Good shout. We are facing southwest, I think, at the minute. So we don't normally face this way because it's normally a brighter part of the sky, but it is. Luckily, we have turned the camera around, and it is, you know, working out for us. Yeah, but we're southwest, I think, at the second. Oh, we said that was it's the dead pixels there in the red thing. So I said we've got one there, and there. So it's just error with a camera. Some more movement here and here, though. Should we zoom in on this one?
Zoom mode activated.
Remember, guys, make sure you're following us. We are on pretty much every night. If it's a clear sky, it's this. It's the UFO UAP Skywatch. If it's a cloudy night, it's this. It's the alien radio signal hunt, where we're searching the hydrogen line, the channel on the radio dial, where scientists theorize that if ET's out there, that's where they'd put the message hello. It's where the wow signal was heard as well. So lots of anomalous things up there, you know, for us to be hunting for. If the moon's up, going to be bothered, we do this. It looks like that. It's the moon. We see some strange things up there too. Is that a cloud coming in across the top? This perfect line. That is weird. Not seen one like that
Zoom
before.
mode activated.
This line. Must be a ridge of cloud or something. Very strange to see such a distinct line like that. But yeah, so make sure you're following and subscribed. Get those notifications when we go live. Actually, should we check the merch showcase? There we go. Got A up. Carl there. And some other things. So we've got nobody else has been added to it yet. Oh, you're slacking, guys. If you do get our merch, there's A up again with the mug. Do make sure you post a picture of yourself in it there, or on location if you're going on holiday somewhere. Post it in the Discord, in the merch showcase channel, then it gets brought up there and we can see you all on stream there. And Lilac, 4 alien species have been pulled from crashed UFO. Ex-government researcher claims there. What are your thoughts? I don't know about any specific ones. I just don't have any access to any particular information. But my rule of thumb with these things, there's a nice orangey one. My rule of thumbs is going to be that, look, if life is out there, if we are not unique, which I don't think we are, then there's going to be a hell of a lot of them out there. There's going to be multiple. So I never. So the fact that there are, 4 potential species that fits in line, doesn't it? If there's lots of different type out there, well, not all of them are going to be, advanced civilizations again, and not all of the advanced civilizations will possibly crack the technology to reach us here. And then out of that, how many of them do bother coming this way? How many are close enough by to notice that we exist, and all that sort of stuff. So 4 from crashes. that fits. That kind of film, for me, feels very much in the realms of possibility. I think there's going to be lots more out there, maybe even a handful more visiting, but it makes sense that that's how many that they may have from the crashes. That fits very much in line. And it's a great area, the Northern Lights, when the skies are clear. Oh my God, I still haven't seen them with my own naked eye. I'd love to see that. Absolutely phenomenal up there as well. But there was the other year when it was down here, wasn't it? Carl coming in with a gift. Sorry there, I nearly missed those ones. Kate as well. Appreciate those guys. This all goes back into the streams. But yeah, we had Northern Lights reach really low down. Was it last year or the year before? But I didn't see it. I still in too much of a light polluted area there. How you doing, Jonathan? Catching us just in time. Some more movement there. There's a little wisp of it's like contrail, but we've not had any planes. Although saying that, there is. There's one into the north of us. Interesting. Anyway, guys, I just noticed the time. It's 1 o'clock. I've got to come off. I've got to go to work soon. There. Do you know Russell Brand? No, he was just famous. So he grew up in Billericay, didn't he? There, but no, I didn't know him personally. Phil Jupitus, used to see him quite a lot in Tesco's. He used to live in Lee. Remember that comedian? Who else was there? My parents used to tell me stories about going to school with Depeche Mode as well. That was Basildon. But no, I didn't know old Brand. He was down the road, I think. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to come off for tonight so I can get the show on ready. But we should be on tomorrow night. What is the weather looking like for tomorrow? Actually, let's have a look. Where are we? So this week is looking hot and sizzly. All right, it's looking clear tomorrow, so yeah, we should have a nice clear Skywatch tomorrow night there, so do make sure you're following and subscribed, get those notifications when we go live. So it's normally about 11 PM UK time. For reference, it's 1 AM here now, so about 2 hours ago, that's about the time that would go live. So do check us out for those ones. Oh, and what's the dish setup, if you don't mind there? RTLSDR, and do you need a special NMB? Yeah, so I don't know the name of the dish, but it's a Neuralec SDR, but it is basically not just a standard RTL SDR. I can never remember the model one it is. The dish, again, it's another Neuralec one, but it's a couple of meters wide. But yeah, we've got a low noise amplifier and filter in on the chain there that just kind of increases our odds on that frequency. But I'm sure there'll be a cloudy night soon when we're doing it. I'll try and, because I always forget the details, I'm not fully knowledgeable on it yet. Ready for Wednesday. Oh, you doing your is it tomorrow you're doing your stream in the evening, or is it Wednesday for those ones?